Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how I lay out one of my comic book pages. Alright, so here is the storyboard for this spread. We're going to look just at the left side. And we can see here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 panels right here. And it may seem like a lot, but we can make it a little easier by looking at our rows. So we have 1, 2, 3 rows. So let's break out a clean page. We can get started by just drawing straight lines across. I line up here and I line up here, and I'm gonna go all the way across. Now I know that I'm gonna have my gutter, and for now let's use a uniform thickness. Let's draw down here. And this dotted line right here is our live line. We're actually going to draw over that because that's going to be the bottom of these panels. And then we also got to get the top one up here. So we also know that we're going to be using these outside live edges. So let's draw a line over that too. We're going to draw right through everything. Okay. So on this page here, we have the line for this panel and then the line for that panel. We want to stagger that just a little bit. So the way that we do that is we're actually going to measure out a little differently here. So for this first panel, we're going to make that one smaller. And let's say it lines up with this one down here. So let us draw that line in. And we have our hash marks down here. So we're going to line up with that. So we're going to go through. And we don't need that line for the middle one, so we're going to skip that, but not lift the ruler. And then we're going to draw all the way down to the bottom. I know I want down here to be a little bit more narrow. I'm actually going to draw on the inside, and I'm going to eyeball the spacing. So I know that this is about 1/4 of an inch, so I'm going to make that also about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to draw this line here, and this line here. Okay, we're going to do a speck of measuring right here because we want this panel and this panel to be the same size, but these two we want to be a speck longer. 2 5/8. So that's where we are right there. So I'm going to put a little dash right here. 2 5/8 brings us to right here. So now what we also might want to do is to make sure the line is perfectly straight, we're going to measure up here as well. So let's look at our 3 dots and see if they line up, and they do. Okay, so now we're going to draw this line straight down that way. We got to go on the other side of that line too to have our uniform gutter size. So that line is going to go right here. This we now want to chop in half, so that way it matches the storyboard. I'm going to measure from the bottom up. Let's put that at 4 1/4. Because we know we want our gutter to be about 1/4 of an inch, we can measure 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom, and that should give us what we want. Put a line at 2 inches, and now over here, the exact same thing, 2 inches. So if I want to do the same thing over here to make sure that I had the straightest line as possible. So I only want to do this section here. But we're going to line it up. Let's do from the top first. Okay. And then now we're going to look from down here. So we still have 2 more lines that we need to draw right here. And we still have the other hash mark that we have up there. So let's use that. And then now we got to draw an outside mark. 2 long panels right here. So we're going to chop this directly in half. And if the math lines up, it should be the same as this one was right here. It actually is. It's 4 1/4. Okay, so let's do the 2. So that actually ended up being close to the center line. Even though my math checked out and I could use the ones that I drew, but I'm going to use the ones that the computer laid out for me. And bottom line. That's our panel layout. So from here, I would draw in all the characters and all the action, and then I would start inking. But there you go. That's how I start off a page.